What's up, everybody? AG here, and today I want to talk to you about something that has been on my mind for quite some time. Now, I know quite a long time ago I was wondering what you guys thought were the most toxic communities, but after playing League of Legends and Overwatch, I want to talk to you guys about my personal opinion of the most toxic community. And honestly, probably no surprise, but I feel that both of the games are kind of the same as far as that toxicity goes. Before there was a ranked mode in Overwatch, the community was, I would say, probably less toxic, but as soon as that ranked community came out and the competitiveness of the game started to skyrocket, I feel that both of the games kind of balanced out. So if a game wants to be casual, but still have the competitive aspect of having an objective to beat the other team, then I don't feel like the game should have a ranked mode. But if the game wants to have more interest and popularity, obviously there's got to be some kind of rating system in order to prove or show how good you are compared to someone else. Now, the reason why Battlerite struggled with that in the beginning, Battlerite being a completely different game that I'm going to mention now, they started off with having only a ranking system where immediately being tossed into that ranking system, so having any sort of casual aspect of the game is immediately lost, since that you are thrown into the ranked games as soon as you start playing them, and you're already being judged and you're going to be placed as soon as you start playing the game. That elo system eventually changing, so now there is a casual mode, but in the beginning when they had only a ranked mode, people would yell at you more for not knowing what the fuck to do because you simply just aren't sure of what exactly is going on. You're brand new to the game, but you're already being ranked, you're already being placed in your elo set, and you don't know how high or how low you're going to be placed or where you need to be at in order to play with your friends, so on and so forth. Granted, that didn't necessarily matter, but I guess now it does, since they have a new competitive mode that came out and I haven't got to play it yet. But going back to League of Legends and Overwatch, and just using Battlerite as an example of a game that started off with a competitive mode and then going into having a casual mode, we'll talk about the Overwatch community having a casual mode that eventually turned into a competitive mode that you can play. Now, since that there's no transition between competitive and casual, there's no in-between mode where you can play the competitive rule set, only you can play it with anybody who wants to play, and all of your friends are allowed to play across different elos, and kind of get that feel for training with people that are going to be as good as you, people that are going to be better than you, people that are going to be significantly worse, so you can learn how to carry people, you can learn how to play as a team player and understand what's needed of you in a specific role without having to worry about the risk of going up or down in elo or skill rating for Overwatch. I feel like that's definitely something that Overwatch could use and would be really healthy for the game, since that there are people that just happen to luck out and do really well and place in Diamond, and in League of Legends you don't have that. The highest you can play is, I believe, is Plat 1 still. Even with that, you still have to climb into Diamond to be able to get there. With League of Legends having its own little mode for kind of being ranked but not necessarily being the exact rank game mode yet, it's a little difficult for me to say, oh, well, this is a better system, since that you still get people that are incredibly angry in those kinds of games. And having said that, it's really kind of stressful to put yourself in a situation and say which is the most toxic of all of the games, because you'll see a lot more of it in League of Legends simply because there are more people that have actively playing that game. There's significantly more people playing League of Legends than there are Overwatch, and you'll see a lot of the same people in Overwatch playing at different games time and time again, even being in the top 10% of the community, which in League of Legends, if you're in the top 10%, that's still several thousands of people to go through. Now, granted, that's the same thing for Overwatch, but there's a significantly higher number of people in the top 10% of League of Legends than there are in the top 10% of Overwatch, and that's just because of how many people are playing the game and how good that collective skill of people playing the game are. Is it more toxic the higher you go up? It depends the kind of people that are in the games, but I would say they're probably about equal. As far as toxicity, if I were to have an average ratio of toxic per player ratio, which obviously I can't do, I would honestly say that even with it, I would guess that it's around the same. I would say that League of Legends and Overwatch, as much as I love both of the games, they yield the same amount of toxicity for one or two different reasons, or several different reasons that come to mind. Some of them being, you don't know how to play your champion or hero. You aren't as good as me at the champion or hero that you picked. Why didn't you let me play them? You are not able to perform at the level that I think you should for this current level of gameplay that we are in for the skill rating, or your league points are too low. You shouldn't be in this specific skill bracket at the moment, you shouldn't be playing with us in this ranked game. And from there, I'd like to take a break and ask your opinion. What do you think is the most toxic community still? After the ranked mode for Overwatch coming out, do you still think that League of Legends is more toxic than Overwatch? Do you guys feel like that is a fair statement to say? And again, I will say, stay right down the middle. It's just based on the player base, the amount of people in the game, and the ratio of those players. You're going to see a lot more of it probably in League of Legends, simply because of how many people play the game. But if you were to have that same number of people playing Overwatch that paid the $40 paywall initially to get into the game, you'd probably see about the same results of people being like, you know what, maybe this community is a little bit toxic. And is there any way to really cure this toxicity? I don't think there ever will be, because again, you're also dealing with people of different age ranges. You're dealing with people that are either going to be very comprehensive and understanding and empathetic, and then you're also going to be dealing with people that are just the opposite of that. You're going to be dealing with people that really don't give a shit about anything but themselves playing these games. There are people that have these sort of mindsets and these personalities, and they're going to carry those personalities out through their gameplay. So you're going to be left with a variety of people that either A, just do not give a flying fuck about anything that you stand for, and then you're going to have people that just don't even seem to really do anything but care about others. It just all depends on the kind of people that you roll, because it's all a gamble. Everything in these competitive games are a huge gamble, whether it be playing a ranked game, whether it be playing in solo queue, in quick play, or in blind pick, whatever it may be, it's all a gamble. What really happens is you're going to be dealing with people, maybe they had a shitty day, maybe they just really want to make someone else mad that's not themselves, and so they pick on you and then try to ruin your day, and that can happen. Or some people just do it for fun because they enjoy it, which is something that people do, and you know, go figure, you just happen to be the person that they decided to target this time. Now again, when it comes to League of Legends, the community is very toxic. Let's be real. There's a lot of shit that people say. There's a lot of things that people do, mentalities that people have, like the run it down mid strategy, the open mid strategy that people have learned to start doing in these games to just try and piss people off, or just give up and be like, I don't give a fuck. You know, you guys are so stupid. It's wasting my time. I'm just going to ruin it for everybody. That whole selfish mentality of doing things like that is definitely pretty entertaining to see sometimes. But when you're on the receiving end of such a personality, it can be kind of shitty, to the point where you don't even really feel like playing the game anymore, because it's like, why should I even play this kind of game if I'm not going to get anything out of it other than a huge fucking waste of time? And I totally get that some people get that sort of upset over games, but you have to realize that it's not about you all the time. I know some people have a very hard time understanding that this game is not all about them, that Overwatch isn't all about them. It's about the people that they're playing with, and the people that they're around will help you if you want to help them. And if you give up on them, then go figure if they give up on you. That's not them just being a shitty person. It's just like, well, you've already announced that you're not going to try anymore. What's the point? We might as well just all AFK at base and, you know, just let it happen. And some people will just try anyway because they've got that whole, no, we got this, guys. Come on, we can win. Every game's winnable, blah, blah, blah. And that stuff, it does work sometimes. Sometimes it can motivate people to be like, all right, fine, you know, I hate this person, but just as long as they know they're stupid and I hate them, then I'll try. Yeah, fuck that person. He's an idiot. I'll win this game because he's stupid. And things like that happen because you never know what thoughts and feelings people are going to have based on any kind of situation. And the one thing that you need to remember is that when it comes to that kind of mentality, it's really hard to pull people out of it. But again, reiterating what I said in the beginning about which is the most toxic community between League of Legends and Overwatch, I honestly feel like they're about the same. I really do. I feel like CSGO's got some toxicity to it. I feel like Overwatch has got toxicity to it. Now, granted, which game has more toxicity in it? League of Legends. And the reason being that there's just more people playing the game. Not because it's a more toxic game. No, because there's just simply more people playing the game. And both games are frustrating when you feel like you're going to lose. It's just that one game takes a hell of a lot less time to lose than the other. So when you lose in Overwatch, you can just be as angry in as many games as possible. Whereas with League of Legends, you're usually about angry for 30 minutes, and it's a brand new game for you to be angry at. So you're with the same people for 30 minutes, or you're with a bunch of different people within 30 minutes. Either way, you're still the same kind of personality if you win or lose. And if things balance out and you go 50-50, then same thing. It's just you're going to be angry for that amount of time. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I think League of Legends is toxic. I also think Overwatch is toxic. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. All right, peace.
Kaiju.